This happened to me exactly as it's written here. It's not a story, it's my life. I'm 33 years old. I work from home, so I have flexible hours. I'm more of a night owl and usually finish work around midnight. My building is pretty quiet. Most of the people who live here are shift workers or students, mostly left alone. That's how I like it. On Friday, August, I placed an order online. It was a replacement part for a gaming laptop. It wasn't urgent, so I wasn't too worried about when it would arrive. The notification said it would be delivered between Monday and Thursday, so I figured it would come sometime next week. Saturday and Sunday passed, and I didn't think about the order at all. Then, on Monday, just after lunch, I got a notification saying my package had been delivered. I checked the tracking info. It said it was delivered at 12:04 p.m. I wasn't expecting it to come so early. I went to the front door and checked. There was no package. I checked online again. Clearly said the package had been delivered. It also clearly said the tracking number, which started with the letter E, which meant it had been processed by the local post office. I knew they sometimes made mistakes, but this seemed like a big one. I shrugged it off and went back to work. I finished up at around midnight and decided to check again because I was curious. Now this is important. I want you to pay attention to the date on the tracking info. It says it was delivered today, but look at the date on the label. It says it's for tomorrow. Now, at first I thought it was a glitch. I rubbed my eyes, looked again. It really did say tomorrow. I was tired, so I just went to bed. I figured it would be there in the morning. When I woke up, the package was still there. It was sitting right where it said it was delivered. I don't know what it was, but something felt wrong. It wasn't just the date on the label. It was like a physical manifestation of something being wrong. I wanted to open it, but I couldn't. Like if I opened it, whatever was inside would become real. I spent most of the day trying to distract myself, but it was hard. I kept thinking about that package. It was like a dark cloud hanging over me. Finally, around 10 p.m., when I couldn't take it anymore, I went to the front door and rang the bell. The package was still there. It hadn't moved. At this point, I was shaking. I had to touch it. I reached out, hesitated, and then grabbed it. I brought it inside and closed the door. I wanted to put it somewhere else, but my mind was stuck. I could only stare at it. I sat down on the couch, kept staring at it. What was inside that package was supposed to be mine. But seeing that date, it made me feel like I wasn't the one who ordered it. It was like someone sent it to the wrong address on purpose. Someone sent it to someone who wasn't supposed to get it. Then I noticed something strange. There was a drive in front of the package. It was black and had some sort of symbol on it. I don't remember seeing that when I first got the package. I reached out to grab it. As soon as I touched it, it vanished, just like that. I stared at my hand, then at the package. The drive was gone, disappeared. Then I heard a knock on the door. I jumped and dropped the package. I stared at it, then slowly got up. I walked to the front door and looked through the peephole. There was no one there. I didn't answer. I stood there listening. Then I heard the knock again. This time it was louder. Whoever was out there was angry. I wanted to call the police, but I knew they wouldn't do anything. They'd probably tell me to just ignore it. So I went back to my room, locked the door, and called my friend. I told him everything that happened. He listened, then told me to get over it. He said it was probably just a mistake. But as he was leaving, he said something that made me freeze. He said, "Are you sure you were the only one who got a package today?" I ended the call and rushed to the front door. Peered through the peephole again, but there was no one there. I opened the door and stepped outside. I walked to the end of the hallway and turned off the lights. Then I heard it again. The knock. It sounded closer now. I spun around, tripped, and fell. The package landed in front of me. The date on the label seemed to glow in the darkness. I tried to get up, but my leg buckled. It felt like something was pushing down on me. The air grew cold, and I heard a voice. It was whispering my name. I don't remember what it said after that. Everything went black. The drive vanished. The knocking came again. This gave you chills? Drop a like and follow before your next delivery isn't meant for this timeline.